Come on, use the microphone. I'm coming back to you, Matt. You're reliable. Go ahead. Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead.
You know, when I have this debate with Muslims, my family's from a Muslim, from a Muslim background, and they always talk about prophets, and they say that Jesus is a prophet, and then they argue with me that, you know, obviously Jesus is not the way, the truth, and the life, but, you know, they say that Jesus is a prophet. I goes, well, what about the miracles that he did? Well, you know, well, he was just, humanistically, he just came down and just did all these miracles to show that God was the one that, you know, is the one all being, the theism that you was talking about. How would you try and make an argument that would make it clear for them?
I wouldn't. I would ask them to support their argument. What do you mean by a prophet? Remember those words or questions we used last night?
I wasn't here last night. Sorry.
Oh, you weren't?
I wasn't, no. I was trying to sort something out.
Oh, we gave everybody the secret to everything last night.
I missed it.
All right, let me review the three questions very quickly. The three questions we talked about were, what do you mean by that? How did you come to that conclusion? And have you ever considered? And then you can fill in the blank after have you ever considered. So if somebody says Jesus was only a prophet, my first question is, what do you mean by a prophet? Second question is, how did you come to that conclusion that Jesus is just a prophet? And then have you ever considered that if Jesus is just, if you consider Jesus to be just a prophet, he also claimed to be God, and he either was God or he wasn't. If he wasn't, he was a liar. If he was God, he wasn't just a prophet. Right?
The reason why I say is because they speak about Muhammad being the all prophets.
Yes.
And nobody goes for anything but through Muhammad. They really are.
Well, they would claim Muhammad's the last prophet, but Jesus is 600 years before him. Right?
Yes.
So another question you might ask a Muslim is, why would you think a document written 600 years after Jesus could tell us the truth about what happened to Jesus when the documents written by the eyewitnesses, we call them the New Testament.
I did say that.
And they said, it's been corrupted, right? That's what do you mean by that? How'd you come to that conclusion? By the way, you can go over to the British Library right over here. It's not far from here, right? You can go see an entire Bible from 300 or so A.D.
Can you?
That is the same Bible that we use today. And yet, the Quran says, or at least Muslims will say now, that, well, the Quran in Surah 4 will say that Jesus never died. He was substituted on the cross for somebody else, and therefore he never rose from the dead. And they will say that the Bible accounts have been corrupted. Yet 300 years prior to the Quran, we have a Bible which says the same thing that we say today. And yet the Quran says the people of the book ought to obey the Bible. Yet on the other hand, they're saying the Bible's been corrupted. Why would the Quran tell us to obey a Bible that is corrupted?
Why?
That's my question for Muslims. Right? So